smile. Promises fading after a while. Every word like a loaded dice. Every truth came wrapped in lies. I kept believing what you sold. Turned my heart into your home. But every crack inside these walls shows the truth behind it all. I tried to fix what you denied, but truth can't live where secrets hide.
goodness! You never know, man. You never know when that boring is going to show up. I wasn't bored tonight. I'm just slightly concerned. It's a good way to put it. I'm slightly concerned. On one hand, we have IYO SKY. IYO SKY's advancing to the finals of the Queen of the Ring. I'm pretty confident that IYO SKY is going to be Queen of the Ring. On the other hand, we have Oba Femi. No Brock Lesnar tonight. Not a single sign of Brock Lesnar tonight. Oba Femi destroys Dominik Mysterio and JD McDonough. And now is in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. What I'm afraid of is that our ruler, Oba Femi, is going to get yeeted out of the tournament. You got one job, WWE. You got one job. It's Oba or bust. It's a brand new week, ladies and gentlemen. The beer garden's open. It's a beautiful night. For all my Knicks fans who I haven't seen over the weekend, man, we're going to toast. We're going to drink. We're going to the beer garden on this Monday night. And on this Monday night, when I walk through those doors, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters. Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for June 15th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. And we need a round of applause. Round of applause for all my Knicks fans, man. I haven't seen or heard of anything this past weekend. I haven't been online. I really haven't been live. Hasn't really been any news. First time I'm live since they won the championship, so I just want to say congratulations. 53 years since you guys have won a championship. My eyes were glued to the game this past weekend. Saturday night. I watched from tip-off to the final buzzer. And I thought it was a tremendous win. You guys deserve it. The Knicks are legitimately the only New York team that I don't despise. I don't really care for the Rangers. The Rangers are innocent. But the Yankees and the Mets, I mean, who cares? You know, the Knicks. It's been a long time coming. Very emotional. You guys deserve it. I know the parade is on Thursday. I will not be at the parade. I'm not partaking in the festivities. I will be on a plane to Chicago for House of Glory on Friday. So I will hopefully return and the city will be back to normal. But you guys are going to live it up and enjoy it. And I hope that you do, man. You know, when you win a championship, which is the reason why, JD, you got to go get a new hat, man. I got like fucking 27 Braves hats up in the bedroom, man. Fuck off. I wear this one because I'm so fucking proud of the championship that they won, man. And it was a long time coming. And you guys are going to wear your championship hats for next season, all of next season, the season after that, man. That's not something that you take lightly. You only get so many opportunities to even be in that moment. And when you win it, you fucking cherish it. So congratulations to the Knicks. Danhausen is now an idol, an icon in New York City. Apparently, he will be at the parade on Thursday. And WWE is already prepping some Danhausen stuff for when WWE has Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden. They may invite Brunson himself to Saturday night's main event. They may have the NBA Finals trophy on Saturday night's main event. The whole fucking front office will be there for the New York Knicks, more than likely. It's going to be an interesting situation, but Danhausen is now a hero in New York City. He'll never have to pay for another roast beef sandwich at Cat's Deli ever again, if that's his thing, or a slice of pizza wherever he goes, man. He's a New York City legend now. Oh, how Tony Khan fumbled. One's a business, one's not. Got to get my cheap shots in. But it's crazy. It's crazy how all over the place he is. It's crazy how WWE has marketed him. I mean, it's just unbelievable, man. Just an unbelievable weekend for you guys. So like I said, just enjoy it. Cherish it. Don't let it up. Don't let anybody spoil your fun. Go out there Thursday and fucking show New York City what it means to be a New Yorker. I got to congratulate my Hurricanes fans as well. You guys ended the NHL Finals. I'm not really a big hockey guy, but if there are any Hurricanes fans here, we didn't forget about you guys. Congratulations on the Stanley Cup. I'm just glad the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals are over, man. This is the first stream where I don't have to worry about the finals for the NBA or the NHL intruding, taking over the live streams here on YouTube, man. So it's nice to be here and there's no other outside noise. Now you got me and you're stuck with WWE. Speaking of which, Monday Night Raw. I thought this was an okay show. I don't really mind. A promo-heavy show, I don't really mind. A show that forwards storylines via a promo. I wish the other show on Wednesday night would do that, but, I mean, if we're not bombarded with fucking 2 hours and 1 minute of pro wrestling on Wednesday night, they're not happy over there. I did not mind tonight's show. The one thing I did mind is how people were losing their minds over this Bloodline storyline, this Bloodline angle, whatever you want to call it, that opened the show. the copious amounts of commercials. Jesse texted me before I just went live here with you guys, and he said, bro, I don't know how you do it. I cannot watch Monday Night Raw with the abundance of commercials in a 2.5-hour program. I'm like, bro, I know. Everything's a fucking ad. Everything's a commercial. Everything is anything but pro wrestling. It was at one point where I tweeted, we got 2 matches in 1 hour and 45 minutes. What the fuck are we doing? You know, at some point, you have to show up and actually professionally wrestle. Oh, JD, why are you such a hater, man? I enjoy a show that has a lot of promo segments, JD. I never said I didn't. But when you're given a women's match and then a Chad Gable match that ultimately meant nothing, I don't know, man. I'd like a little bit more pro wrestling with my Monday Night Raw that went 2 hours and 35 minutes tonight. And I'm not talking about just throwing a random Javon Evans and Austin Theory match out there to the Baltimore crowd. Give me a break. Oh, but it was a good match, JD. It's a company that doesn't know where they want to go and what they want to do. We'll talk about the Bloodline when we start the show and the actual review. I got to talk about this Oba Femi thing, man. I got to talk about this Oba Femi thing. Oba Femi and Dominik Mysterio, semifinal match for the men's side, King of the Ring tournament. A lot of people were like, well, Brock Lesnar's going to ruin him. Brock Lesnar's going to cost Oba Femi the King of the Ring, Dominik and Jey Uso in the finals. Sure. If I'm Brock Lesnar, why do I need to fly all the way to Saudi Arabia to cost somebody that I'm feuding with the King of the Ring tournament? It would have been a little bit more easy on him to show up in Baltimore and just cost him the King of the Ring match tonight and just save us the fucking misery. WWE is really pushing the limits with this. It's a company, again, that doesn't know what they want to do and where they want to go. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar Part 3 should and only should take place in Minneapolis at SummerSlam. WWE the last 3 weeks has had Oba Femi cut a promo on Brock Lesnar, basically trying to lure him out of captivity. He's trying to summon the beast like he's playing Final Fantasy and using a fucking summon materia. He's trying to get him out, and he's trying to anger him. WWE is trying to play both games at the same time. You can't do that. It's either one or the other. It's either Oba wins the King of the Ring and wins the WWE Championship or the World's Heavyweight Championship, depending on whichever one he challenges for. I'm assuming it would be Roman Reigns. He wins the World's Heavyweight Championship and you crown him now. And then he walks into WrestleMania as the World's Heavyweight Champion. Because if we're looking at the Bloodline story and where it may or may not be going with Roman and Jey and Jacob and Solo, and I don't know if this is all going to degenerate into The Rock coming back. I don't know what the fuck is going on or where it's going. And quite honestly, I don't even give a shit. It's the same recycled garbage over and over again. You're basically watching a rerun every single week, but this time, instead of it being on Fox, it's on Netflix. And we have Netflix celebrities and guest appearances instead of it being on Fox. It's either Oba wins the World Heavyweight Championship or he wrestles Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. You can't do both at SummerSlam. Unless Brock is not working SummerSlam and is not working in Minneapolis. I don't know why that would be a thing. I find that to be utterly fucking ridiculous. If he's back and you made a big deal about him and Minneapolis, I don't know why he wouldn't be on the show. Unless they're doing Oba and Brock 3 at Madison Square Garden for Saturday night's main event. I don't know. I think that's fucking stupid. It's either he wins the World Heavyweight Championship or he wrestles Brock Lesnar. It's not both. He can't do one on one night and then do the other in the same night. He can't do that. I don't know why we're even talking about that. This is not WrestleMania 40. Oba destroyed Dominik Mysterio. No outside shenanigans, outside of J.D. McDonough and the typical Judgment Day slop. No Brock Lesnar. Really fundamental. Fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. He takes the mic. He calls Brock Lesnar in oh so many words a coward. The mountain that he cannot conquer. The ruler that he cannot slay. And all these other cool one-liners that I'm sure were written by ChatGPT earlier before. He beats Dominik and calls out Brock again for a third week in a row. So now he's in the finals. So now the question is, who does he meet? Who does he meet? Is it Yeet Man? Is it Jey Uso? Or is it Javon Evans? Now, if WWE is smart, they would have Javon Evans go to the finals. A, it's new. B, it's something completely different. And C, WWE is taking a gamble on their future, which is something that the company realistically needs to do more of. They're doing it with Oba. They've stopped with Bron, and Javon Evans is somewhere in between. Tiffany Stratton's taking a back seat. Roxanne Perez is waiting to be heated up. Blake Monroe hasn't made her debut yet. I mean, you see some of the future spread it around on these shows. The only one that's really caught fire and the only one that WWE is primarily focusing on is Oba Femi. Is it Yeet Man or is it Javon Evans? If WWE is smart, they have Javon Evans advance to the finals thanks to the help of LA Knight. That's what needs to happen. Jey Uso should not be in the finals. Jey Uso should not be in the finals against Oba Femi. WWE more than likely is going to go Jey Uso in the finals against Oba Femi because, I mean, what difference does it make? Javon and Jey are both babyfaces, so what difference does it make? It's not like one's a heel and the other's a babyface and it makes more sense for the heel to win. They're both babyfaces, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But WWE is going to go with Jey Uso because if you pay attention to the way Triple H books, he thinks by doing someone like Jey and Oba is going to create a big talking point, a big narrative on social media. It's going to create this buzz. It's going to get people talking on social media, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, and somewhere completely down the middle. That's exactly what he's going to do. Because he's a fiend. He's a glutton for people talking about his show and his product and his creative. This is exactly what he's going to do. Do I think that's the right move? No, I don't. Nobody's interested in an Oba Femi and Jey Uso match. Nobody. And if you are, you're lying. You're bullshitting you and your audience. Oba Femi and Javon Evans is the way to go. They're going to go Jey Uso because it creates this buzz. And no matter what people are thinking, a lot of people want Oba. Many people don't want Jey. By the way, the Bloodline, are they a heel faction or are they a babyface faction? I feel like I'm watching the Death Riders in AEW. They do heel things, but then they want to throw the ones up and everybody wants to fucking bow before them like they're some fucking gods. What are they? What are they? You got Jacob Fatu attacking LA Knight, who's one of the biggest baby faces in the whole fucking company. I mean, are they a heel faction or a baby face faction? Or does it not matter? Am I supposed to like them or am I supposed to hate them? I guess the Bloodline plays by their own rules. Jey Uso and Oba Femi. It's now at that point where we're looking at this final, and it's either going to be Oba winning, maybe due to LA Knight, maybe due to some outside hopes and prayers, or Brock Lesnar comes and interferes. Now, there's one big caveat. There's one big situation that happened on the show, and they purposefully left it between Roman and Jacob. Roman Reigns called the play to take LA Knight out with a tongue and death grip. Jimmy wanted to talk to LA Knight to calm his nerves and maybe sway him from talking about the family and worrying about the family business. LA Knight thinks that Solo Sikoa is a part of the family business and that it's all one big conspiracy against LA Knight. Because Solo Sikoa, he gave him a Samoan spike on Friday and cost him the King of the Ring quarterfinal match on Friday Night SmackDown, which led to Jey Uso winning. Jimmy's trying to tell him, listen, bro, Solo's not one of us. Solo's going to do what Solo's going to do. If you want to go take care of Solo, that's exactly what we're saying. Go take care of Solo. We don't care about him. He's on the other show. We don't want anything to do with him. Jey Uso comes out. He's all angry. He doesn't want Jimmy to talk sense into LA Knight. He wants LA Knight to acknowledge him because he beat him on Friday. They get into a back and forth. Jimmy was forced to super kick LA Knight. And nothing came of the situation, which led to Jacob Fatu coming out at the request of Roman and putting LA Knight down. Roman Reigns then asked Jacob Fatu, did you take care of it? Yes. Yes. There's one more thing I need you to do. He leans in, he whispers. He whispers to Jacob Fatu. We don't hear anything. Are we looking at Roman Reigns telling Jacob Fatu to help Jey Uso get the King of the Ring tournament? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's Jey Uso and Javon Evans that Roman Reigns is requesting Jacob Fatu to go out there and ensure Jacob helps Jey get to the finals, or he's already looking past Javon Evans and he's going to tell Jacob Fatu, make sure our guy wins the King of the Ring tournament. Could it be a situation where we see Jacob Fatu, at the request of Roman, stop Oba Femi? Which then would kind of kickstart a soft Oba Femi versus the Bloodline for whenever that actually takes place. Are we looking at Jacob Fatu cost the King of the Ring for Oba Femi? Which leads to Jacob Fatu helping Jey Uso win, and Jey Uso gets the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. Maybe it's one of those situations where Jacob tries to help Jey, LA Knight comes out to stop Jacob, Brock Lesnar comes out to screw Oba, and Jey wins the King of the Ring tournament and still gets the win. I'm telling you right now, Triple H loves this shit. Triple H loves this shit. There's only one way this should go. It is Oba Femi winning the King of the Ring. Nobody's interested in Javon Evans. Nobody's interested in Jey Uso. Let me add to Javon Evans. Javon Evans is great. Nobody expects him to win King of the Ring. Nobody expects him to main event against Cody or Roman Reigns. That's ridiculous. He's just there. Nobody wants to see Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes in the night one main event for SummerSlam. Nobody. Nobody. It's either Oba or what the fuck are we doing? Seriously. At this point, I'm not even looking at this as being unpredictable in a good way. I'm looking at this as we're trying to be unpredictable, but we're really fucking messy. That's what we're doing. If you wanted Brock to cost Oba, tonight was the night. Tonight was the night. I don't know why you would get him all the way to Saudi Arabia and then have Brock screw him there. It's only going to anger people more when Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring. You might as well just set it up now. Or is it that WWE doesn't want to make it blatantly obvious that we're getting King YEET? Again, I don't know. I just don't understand why WWE is teasing Oba Femi winning the King of the Ring tournament and at the same time giving us a tease about a third match with Brock Lesnar. It's either one or the other. We're already 1-1. If I'm Brock Lesnar, honestly, if I'm Brock Lesnar, why am I costing Oba Femi the King of the Ring tournament? If I'm Brock Lesnar, I'm having Oba win the King of the Ring tournament. I'm having him win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then at that point, when Oba Femi's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, is when I strike. That's what a smart man would do. You called me out all these months. I'm sorry. I'm up in Canada hunting moose, being a family guy, being a dad, doing what I got to do. I finally made time for you, bro. And look at that. Now you're the World Heavyweight Champion, so I'm going to beat you again and take your title. That's what I'm doing if I'm Brock Lesnar. I don't know what the fuck I'm costing him the King of the Ring for. Have Oba win the King of the Ring, win the World Heavyweight Championship, and then strike. At least you get a World Heavyweight Championship match out of it. Like I said before, it's either Oba or bust. And WWE is going to ride Jey Uso all the way to the finals because it doesn't matter who wins. They're both babyfaces. Javon and Jey Uso are both babyfaces, so it doesn't matter. Jey Uso's more over in Saudi. They're going to use who they got to get there, and they're going to give those people what they want. They want YEET Man. They don't want Javon Evans. I would love if Javon Evans wins. I enjoyed the work of Javon Evans and Oba Femi together in NXT. That would be something I want to see. But that makes it too predictable. That makes it way too predictable. It's going to be Jey Uso. None of what I talked about can play out, and Javon Evans gets the win. None of it. No matter what happens on Friday, Jey Uso is winning his semifinal match against Javon Evans. No matter what. Everything that I laid out cannot be laid out and played out with Javon Evans in the finals. Because Javon Evans is not going to SummerSlam. At that point, Oba Femi would have to win. Unless they're just going to do a straight Oba Femi win, which I don't see them doing. That's not Triple H's way. It's not what WWE is all about. So Oba Femi is in the finals. He beats Dominik Mysterio. On the other hand, IYO SKY. IYO SKY beat Raquel Rodriguez in what I thought was a very good semifinal match for both of those ladies. I'm happy to see IYO advance. Not only is it the right winner, IYO deserves it after not getting a WrestleMania match, after being in one of the best women's matches. Not only the best women's matches, but one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley just 1 year ago. Not only was it the right winner, but she deserved it. She didn't get a WrestleMania match. They fired Kairi Sane. She and Asuka did not get the proper payoff. IYO deserves it. This is a makeup. This is a make good for IYO SKY. On Friday, it's Liv Morgan versus Charlotte Flair. I don't know what's going to happen in regards to Liv Morgan. We could absolutely see Stephanie Vaquer come back and cost Liv Morgan the semifinal match, which gives Charlotte Flair the final against IYO. Raquel Rodriguez, we didn't see her after she lost. Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan have this very weird dynamic. Very fake between both of them. Not sure if that's done by design or just because both women just don't interact well with each other. I don't know. We could see Stephanie Vaquer come back on Friday. Charlotte Flair is not going to beat Liv Morgan, the World Heavyweight Champion, clean. That's not going to happen. Liv hasn't defended the title since winning it at WrestleMania, and she's not having her third singles match, I should say. She wrestled Sol Ruca on the Raw after WrestleMania. Her third singles match, all of which are non-title matches. She's not going to lose to Charlotte Flair. Clean. Something's going to happen, whether it's Judgment Day miscommunication or Stephanie Vaquer shows up and costs Liv Morgan the match, which in turn gives us Liv versus Stephanie in a rematch at Night of Champions. Because right now, Rhea Ripley isn't defending the championship, her women's championship at Night of Champions, because she's out with an injury. So Stephanie comes back. That at least gives us one women's championship for Night of Champions. I could see that taking place, which would then give us Charlotte and Io, and you could go either way with that. Charlotte versus Rhea. Io at that point, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see if she chooses Rhea. We don't even know if Rhea's healthy. We don't know if Rhea is actually going to be at SummerSlam. I hope that's not the case. That would be a catastrophic injury for the SmackDown Women's Division, who has already lost Bianca Belair. We don't need that happening. But I'm sticking to my guns. I think we get Charlotte versus Jade. This is my prediction for SummerSlam. I think we get Charlotte and Jade. WWE, you know, it's crazy how everyone's pulling for Charlotte to maybe get a world championship match now because it's time. And I'm in that camp. Charlotte and Rhea have one of the best women's matches in company history. I would not mind that at SummerSlam. I mean, I think that fits the bill. I'm not really all that enthused about Charlotte and Jade after what we saw on Friday. Not interested in it whatsoever. Charlotte's going to have to put her big girl pants on. She's going to have to put her working boots on if she's going to work Jade at SummerSlam. I think we're getting Charlotte and Jade at SummerSlam. Or I could see Jade cost Charlotte. Never mind Stephanie. That's the thing. Jade maybe cost Charlotte the final, which in turn gives us Charlotte versus Jade. Io and Liv. I think maybe we go Rhea and JC. What Tiffany Stratton does, I could see them do Blake Monroe. I can see them do Blake Monroe. I think that's a solid lineup for SummerSlam, honestly. She's already called out all three. She called out Charlotte, Rhea, and Tiffany. I think that's a great starting feud for Blake Monroe. All in all, I see Io challenging Liv for the Women's World Championship. I don't think she wins it, but I think Io is getting Liv at SummerSlam. So that was the right winner. And I think, B, she deserves it. So WWE is hopefully going to give us Io and Charlotte. That should be a tremendous match. And a final that is fitting for a final in a tournament. Other than that, we got another great segment with LA Knight and Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. I think what they've done together on screen is really palpable. I think they have a great chemistry together. And you can just legitimately feel the frustration. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You legitimately feel the frustration with LA Knight and the Bloodline. And where LA Knight is on the roster right now. And how he can't seem to break through because of otherworldly powers holding him down. The Bloodline segment that opened this show was all right. And then it just devolved into what the fuck. I didn't really understand what the whole point of that was. It was like, why are we doing this? And it leads to nothing. This was an okay episode of Monday Night Raw. I don't mind a promo-heavy show as long as it forwards story. But I think some people tend to go overboard and they rank and rate these shows higher than they really are because you've been given so much boring and you've been given so much bad that the first sign of good, you want to fucking shout it from the highest mountaintop. Bro, WWE's got a lot of work to do. They are still as lifeless and soulless as they were 3 or 4 weeks ago. All because they put on a decent show here and there doesn't mean the tides are changing. A lot of work to do. Still not in a good place right now, but we're going to talk about it tonight right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show. It is Monday, June 15th, 2026. If you guys are going to be in Chicago on Friday, I will be at Logan Square Auditorium with the Solid Monster and Jesse, Chi-Town Smart. He's always a tag along for these shows. He loves House of Glory. We'll be at Logan Square Auditorium on Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Or where is it? 7 Central. Is it 7 Central? I think so. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. HOG Inferno. If you guys want to show up there, I'd love to see you. We got a great card. We got Amazing Red, who just got announced for TNA Slammiversary. More than likely, he will be in the return of the Ultimate X match. And the thing is, Red is 44 years old. He looks 34, which is a testament to how great he is and the training and conditioning he puts himself through. He's 44 years old, and he wrestles better now than he did 15 years ago. And that's a shoot. I mean that with every fiber of my being. And this is coming from somebody that has watched old Red matches and has called Red matches for the last 9 years. He is tremendous. He's going one-on-one with Ricky Sosa from TNA. Should be a banger match. Bang Bang Sosa. Going to be great to see him in House of Glory. It's going to be a great match. I am compelled to buy Slammiversary just to watch Red wrestle. I've actually been contemplating. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I'm seriously contemplating maybe covering Slammiversary instead of Forbidden Door. Honestly. Like, I can't stand Forbidden Door, man. It is just a fucking waste of a nothing show. Seriously. But Red is going to be at TNA Slammiversary. It's already been announced. It's a big selling point right there. Big selling point. We got Nick Nemeth. He's going to be challenging Charles Mason for the HOG World Heavyweight Championship. My guy, Sweet Cheeks. Joey Silver is going one-on-one with Joe Alonzo. Shotzi Blackheart, the hardest working woman in all of independent pro wrestling. She defends the HOG World Championship against Steph DeLander. And we got more to yet be announced. So make sure you guys join us. Triller TV Plus is the way to watch us. On the call, watch all the great action. If you guys are already going to be there, come say hello. Go check out all of the content from last week. We had a really good week last week. We did all the streams. We uploaded a CM Punk video on Thursday talking about the rumors of Punk's whereabouts. Then we uploaded something this past weekend on the Vince McMahon story where him and Janelle Grant, both parties are going into private arbitration. Gave my thoughts on that. Go check that out. Seen some discourse online about who owns TKO. I don't give a fuck who owns TKO. Ari Emanuel's the face. He's the figurehead. I don't give a shit who owns what, how much percentage of what he owns. I don't care. We, the paying customer, are not happy. We're not happy. We're not happy with the job that they've done. And nobody wants Vince back. That's the moral of the story. Nobody wants Vince McMahon back in WWE. Nobody. And if you do, it says a lot about you as a human being. We got a great week of content coming up. I'm live tonight. We'll be live tomorrow morning with the coach on the 2 count. I already got a nice lineup of topics for us to talk about. Got to send that over to him when I'm finished here. We have Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow night, episode 151. So make sure you guys go and tune in to us tomorrow, man. No restrictions. No NBA Finals, no NHL Finals. You got me and the Solid Monster on Tuesday night. All you got is NXT. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow night. Always a great discussion. Should be a really great show. Wednesday, we'll be live on Dynamite for the post show, me and Jesse, and then Thursday, I'm flying out. Unfortunately, I will be missing the Cody Rhodes and Gunther match for the WWE title on Friday in Kansas City with Sami Zayn as the special guest referee, but I do get back Saturday. I am heavily contemplating going live on Saturday with a review. I feel like I have to. But I will be tuning in. I will be watching. I will be covering all my bases. That's the week coming up. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Super Chats, get them on in. It's the best way to support what we do here on the streams. Super Chats. We'll hang out at the end. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, opinions. Up to you. Leave a comment down below. Also helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 750 likes while we are live here tonight for the Raw Post Show. And tonight we're sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. We got some Blue Chew Gold. Make sure you guys hit up Blue Chew. We'll talk about my friends over at Blue Chew a little bit later right here in the show. Tonight we are proudly sponsored by Blue Chew. Start things off with Monday night and the Bloodline. Roman Reigns and the Usos walk into the building. They walk into the building tonight. Apparently, this guy that hands Roman Reigns his World Heavyweight Championship upon entry into the building is now a part of the Roman Reigns act. I don't know his name, but apparently he is like Roman Reigns' secretary. He does things and gets Roman whatever he needs. We need to put a name to the face now. He's on TV every week. Baltimore acknowledged me as he aura farmed his entrance for a good 8 minutes. That's what I'm talking about right there. Blessed men in the ring. Life is good. We got a lot to be grateful for. The right-hand man advanced to the next level. And we already know what's going to happen. He's taking the King of the Ring tournament. So let's go ahead and do it, Baltimore. Acknowledge him. Here's the thing. The tribal chief, we're pretty smart. There's a lot of people that are going to try to pick holes, and they're going to try to piss me off. And they're going to sit there and say, oh, you favor the right-hand man. You favor the YEET. Man, you favor Jey. You always shine him up. You got nothing good to say about Big Jim. Well, hold up now. As the Twins have always said, it's day one-ish. All the way back to the beginning. If it wasn't for Big Jim, there wouldn't be a right-hand man. If it wasn't for Big Jim, there wouldn't be a tribal chief. And if it wasn't for Big Jim, there would be no bloodline. So Baltimore, acknowledge Big Jim. Jey Uso then chimes in. He's like, yeah, Baltimore, tribal chief, I appreciate the love, Us. Glad you said that. Baltimore. Talking about Fatu. Because there's one person in here that hasn't been acknowledged. hold up. One person who needs to be addressed, Oos. One person whose ass don't listen. One person here who needs to acknowledge us. Roman then says, it sounds like we have a problem. He looks at Jacob and says, you don't want to listen to the twins? You don't want to acknowledge them? Jacob Fatu then takes the microphone out of Roman Reigns' hand. There's some tension. When it comes to Jey and Jimmy, do I listen to them? Hell nah! The only person that I acknowledge is my OTC, Roman Reigns. Says it very emphatically. Roman then gets a wooden box from his secretary, who doesn't have a name right now. You see, Jacob, back there, they're terrified. I hear the rumblings. I hear the whispers. The Bloodline is getting back together. The Bloodline is going to run the business again. Here's a newsflash. The Bloodline has always been here. The Bloodline is forever. When the Wild Samoans years ago were running these territories, that was the Bloodline. When Yokozuna was the heavyweight champion, that was the Bloodline. When Rikishi was dancing his ass off out here, entertaining the whole world, that was the Bloodline. When Umaga main evented WrestleMania, that is the Bloodline. I think he over-embellished there. I think he over-embellished with the Umaga line. Umaga's great. I love Umaga. There's never going to be another Umaga. But I think he over-embellished when he said main evented WrestleMania. I'm like, does Roman know something that we didn't? That is the Bloodline. When the Usos became the greatest tag team to ever lived, that is the Bloodline. When the tribal chief was born, that is the Bloodline. When your kids are tagging with my kids 20 years from now, that is the Bloodline. All these weeks, I hear you keep saying you're the outsider. You've always been on the outside. Not no more. You're on the inside now, Jacob. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Bloodline. Roman then pulls an ulafala, a very nice, looks like a wooden ulafala, out of his box, and he puts it around Jacob's neck. Jacob acknowledges Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns throws the one up. Jacob Fatu right there. At this point, Jimmy and Jey are arguing. You don't know what they're saying. There's just a lot of body movement. Jimmy's telling him to get in line. Jey is upset with the fact that Roman has now basically made Jacob Fatu his right-hand man. He says Jey Uso's the right-hand man, but he just gave Jacob Fatu the ulafala. It's a pretty significant gesture from Roman Reigns, one that Jey Uso does not have. Or maybe we shouldn't look at it too deep because Jey Uso's already been in this position and now they're just welcoming Jacob to the family. But Jey Uso did not want to fall in line. Jimmy goes over, he throws his hand in the air, his one in the air. And then Jey, kind of sitting on the outside, throws his one in the air, and that's the way the segment came to an end. This is where things really kind of go off the rails. So they're all leaving the ring. So we have comedian / actor Eric Andre, who is, I believe, in Street Fighter with Roman Reigns coming out in October. Who I do believe is in a Netflix movie with John Cena coming up very soon. I've seen previews for it. So he's there at the behest of Netflix. So, I mean, it's just your celebrity fucking slop on Monday night. So he gives Roman Reigns a handshake. They make gestures to one another, very friendly to one another. Jey Uso looks at him, does nothing. Jimmy Uso gives him a handshake. Jacob Fatu's about to walk past him. He pats Jacob Fatu on the back. Jacob Fatu stops. He looks at him. Eric Andre then takes his right hand and starts playing with the ulafala. He starts playing with the ulafala. Starts bouncing it up and down on Jacob Fatu's neck. Jacob Fatu at this point becomes animalistic. He pulls Eric Andre over the barricade, throws him into the ring, starts beating him up with headbutts, goes to the top rope. He's about to give him a big splash. Roman Reigns looks from the aisleway. He gets on the apron. He looks at Jacob, and Jacob does nothing. And then Jacob, he gets a sign from Roman and says, and he splashes Eric Andre. He big splashes, Fatu splashes Eric Andre. So Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu walk away. And Jacob Fatu goes back into the ring. And Roman Reigns is hearing the crowd one more time. He sends Jacob Fatu into the ring to, again, Fatu splash Eric Andre for a second time. Joe Tessitore, who was on commentary filling in for Michael Cole. They gave him a week off, apparently. Michael Cole never takes a week off. He's there, rain or shine, no matter what. Joe Tess is on commentary selling this as if Fatu splashed Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso. He made this seem like it was the most outlandish thing that Jacob Fatu single-handedly has done in his entire career. And I'm asking myself, all right, the Bloodline segment where Roman gave him the ulafala is one thing. But then this. What exactly was this done for? Like, I have to seriously ask this question. What was this done for? Was this done to prove a point to who? Who does this prove a point to? The locker room? I'm sure the locker room is trembling in their fucking wrestling boots that Jacob Fatu manhandled a fucking comedian who's the size of his fucking thumb. Are you fucking kidding me? What does this accomplish? Does this forward a storyline? That Jacob Fatu is unhinged? He's animalistic? He does what he wants? Bro, we already understood this assignment before we started this segment about Jacob Fatu. If you've seen Jacob Fatu, you know Jacob Fatu. He's already fallen in line with Roman. All because he's now got the ulafala. What is this? He's got the ulafala now, what? So now he's obedient even more? He's already gotten down on one knee and acknowledged Roman Reigns. Now the ulafala is now complete control over Jacob Fatu, and Roman Reigns has his AI bot doing whatever he wants to do. What does it accomplish? The only thing that this accomplished. It did nothing for the Bloodline because we've gotten yet another acknowledgement ceremony. Instead of everybody acknowledging Roman, tonight Roman acknowledged everybody else. They did it backwards. Triple H went into ChatGPT, free trial, free subscription, the free tier. Hey, chat, how do we run another Bloodline segment but make it different instead of everybody acknowledging Roman Reigns? ChatGPT gives back the answer of, well, why don't we have everybody acknowledge, or why don't we have everybody, Roman acknowledge everybody else instead of everybody acknowledge Roman? Huh? It's exactly what it spit out at Triple H. How do we make a different Bloodline segment where we're not acknowledging Roman Reigns every week? Why don't we have Roman acknowledge the rest of the Bloodline? Huh? Does that work? Paul? does it accomplish? LA Knight, what he's saying to you may be a script. Brother, it is all a shoot. It is all a shoot. If you ask that man behind closed doors exactly how he's feeling when he says, Roman has you manipulated, it's a shoot. The fans don't even know what they want anymore. People chime in. The content creators on YouTube, they don't know what they want anymore. Motherfucker, you don't know what you want anymore. The Bloodline is a heel faction operating as a babyface. They beat up a celebrity, a D-list celebrity, in the open of this show, and then they beat up a top 5 babyface in the whole fucking industry. Never mind WWE. Yeah, you want me to cheer the Bloodline. You want me to acknowledge the Bloodline. You want me to feel bad for the Bloodline. Brother, you're watching a heel faction operate as a babyface faction. They don't know what the fuck they want them to be. WWE will never turn the Bloodline heel because Roman Reigns, everybody loves acknowledging Roman Reigns and the YEET man. Forget about that. If WWE doesn't have 12,000 fucking people yeeting on a random Monday night, I mean, I can't imagine how Triple H loses so much sleep in the evening. He probably lays his head down to sleep next to Stephanie McMahon. Honey, I can't sleep. We didn't eat. You're watching a rerun. You're watching a rerun. What exactly are you watching? Jacob Fatu is playing the role of Solo Sikoa. Jimmy and Jey Uso are now arguing over Solo Sikoa. Jimmy and Jey Uso are acting as if Sami Zayn is back in the Bloodline. Brother, you are watching a fucking rerun. And I'm not talking about a good rerun where I could turn on season 4 or season 5 of Seinfeld and watch it 12 times before that and still laugh every single fucking time. I'm watching a rerun and I can't reach for the remote control fast enough. WWE tried to make this feel bigger. WWE tried to make this feel more environmental and the tension by them doing something. Oh, we'll just attack Eric Andre. Bro, who gives a fuck about Eric Andre? Is Eric Andre anybody's favorite comedian? Probably not. Probably not. He got attacked because it promotes Street Fighter and it promotes John Cena's Netflix movie. They use Bloodline slop and a Bloodline rerun to sell you on Eric Andre and John Cena's new Netflix movie coming soon to the streaming service. For 30 minutes, we open this show with another acknowledgement ceremony, but reversed. And WWE attacking a celebrity to promote a new movie. Okay. Fantastic. How many stand-ups have I seen Eric Andre perform, chat? 0? It will forever remain that way. I can't imagine what this day and age comedian sounds like. I grew up with the George Carlins and the Andrew Dice Clays and the fucking when Dane Cook was good. Louis C.K. Rodney Dangerfield. Give me a fucking break. Celebrity Netflix slop integrated into Bloodline slop. You're given 30 minutes of rerun slop to start Monday Night Raw. But I'm supposed to like a promo-heavy, storyline-driven Monday Night Raw. Fantastic. You guys are absolutely fucking brain rot out the fucking asshole. I can't help you anymore. I can't help you anymore. If you want me to get on board with this lack of fucking direction and this fucking effortless slop every fucking week, brother, I'm going to need to tell you to go watch somebody else. I can't do this shit. I'm not going to pander to these fucking half-witted, brain rot, 3 IQ fucking incels on social media. I can't do it. I can't do it. This is garbage. This is not thought-provoking. This doesn't have me asking questions. This doesn't get me excited. This doesn't get my dick hard for a fucking great storyline that I can't wait to fucking glue myself to the television next week to watch play out. Brother, you're watching fucking people that don't give a fuck about their job and what they do. They care about filling the venue, and they care about fucking just trotting Roman Reigns out there and everybody like a fucking mummy throw the ones in the air. Brother, you're watching fucking absolutely nothing. Nothing. Yet you want me to get on board with this. Oh, man, I can't wait for next week. Jacob Fatu got the Ulafala. Jey Uso is angry at Jacob Fatu. Didn't we see this? If you're telling a story about the Bloodline, shouldn't it be different than what we got 2 years ago? Here again, I ask myself, why am I going to care about this version of Bloodline 3.0 when the original Bloodline with the honorary Usos is the top of the top Bloodline? At least there, I was emotionally invested. I cared. They pulled on your heartstrings. They made you laugh. They made you cry. There's no saving you guys. There's no saving you guys. The Bloodline fucking stands, and the elitists are going to fucking swallow the dick of Roman Reigns every single time the man walks out there. They're going to suck Bloodline dick every fucking week. Meanwhile, I am here waiting for the next natural progression in the storyline. Something different than what we haven't seen before. Another week of that not happening, chat. Another week of that not happening. Oh, but the people in the arena love it, JD. Well, the people in the arena are fucking dumb. They're dumb enough to pay money for a show that gave them 2 matches in 1 hour and 45 minutes, with a main event that barely went 3 minutes, and an Austin Theory and Javon Evans match, which couldn't even make the fucking poster on the website because nobody gives a shit. I'm glad you people in the arena had a good time and wasted what would be a fucking mortgage payment to sit at Monday Night Raw in Baltimore. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm just telling you to smarten up. Oh, but the people in the arena loved it, JD. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. They loved it. They love Roman. They love Roman. They love throwing their ones in the air. That doesn't mean they love the fucking segment. IYO SKY and Raquel Rodriguez. We open things up. Women's Queen of the Ring semifinal. This went 10 minutes. It's nice to have one-on-one matches now. The rest of the tournament will play out in one-on-one matches. The Fatal 4-Ways, some of them were good. Some of them were not very good at all. I thought these two worked pretty well together. They came out really energized. They came out really wanting to put on a good match. Went 10 minutes, and IYO got the win here. 31 minutes, the bell rang. 8:31. We had a 31-minute Bloodline segment where Eric Andre got 2 Fatu splashes. IYO went right on offense quickly, as soon as the bell rung. Raquel no-sold it, slammed IYO hard down to the mat. IYO rolled to the outside. Raquel went after her, dropped her over the edge of the ringside barricade. Io starts making a comeback, dove through the ropes. Raquel caught her on a suicide dive, lawn darted her into the ring post. We go into a commercial break right at the 2-minute mark. So we got 2 minutes of match and 3 minutes of commercial. We come back, and there's only 5-minute match remaining, because that's exactly what we got. A 10-minute match with 2 minutes of in-ring action, and then 5 minutes here of the end of the match. So Io landed a big kick right to the head, followed up with a stomp and a bullet train in the corner. She leapt off the top rope with a missile dropkick. She did a handspring and did her Io pointing the fingers at the crowd. Everybody loves Io. Io then charged at Raquel. Raquel had time to recover, moved out of the way. Io looked stupid for kind of playing up to the crowd too long, because she took her eye off the ball here instead of keeping Raquel grounded. Raquel lifted Io up. Io escaped, went for a sunset bomb over the top rope off the ring apron. Raquel held on and then stomped on Io. Io then shoved Raquel into the announce desk and then threw her into the ring. She went for a big swinging elbow drop in the corner, that little mini Vader bomb that she does in the corner. Io moved. Io then landed a sunset bomb out of the corner, which she powered up Raquel out of the corner, and then goes up to the top rope over the moonsault for the 1, 2, 3, and Io wins in about 10 minutes. So we got a 7-minute semifinal match. Television time with a commercial break for 3 minutes, and Io wins in a total of 10 minutes over the moonsault. She advances to the finals. Right outcome, right winner. Match was decent enough. Nothing really to go back and rewatch. I thought they worked pretty good together in the time that they were given. Joe Test noted that Sky will now face the winner of Charlotte versus Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring final in 2 weeks in Saudi Arabia. Charlotte was in action tonight. They plugged Charlotte versus Roxanne Perez, Chad Gable versus Rusev, and Oba Femi versus Dominik Mysterio. They cut backstage to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's backstage, and she is walking around with Roxanne Perez. Roxanne is dejected about Raquel Rodriguez not advancing to the Queen of the Ring. Liv says that she would have loved to face Raquel in the finals, but the focus should be on her and Daddy Dom now. The focus was always on her and Daddy Dom now. That's what everybody is starting to see. It was never about Raquel or Roxanne Perez in the Queen of the Ring. Roxanne makes a promise that Charlotte Flair will not be 100% for SmackDown. Liv is grateful for Roxanne stepping up to the plate. She says that it's her turn to step up for the Judgment Day. Roxanne wishes Liv good luck. Liv takes a deep breath. I don't know if that's because she was just happy to get rid of Roxanne, or she was about to walk into a unknown situation. She walks into Danhausen's laboratory, where she walks in, and Liv Morgan wants to talk to Danhausen. So she makes herself comfy. She takes off her jacket, and she reveals Danhausen's new Nick merchandise underneath. Wearing this t-shirt very tightly. She's clearly trying to flirt in her own way with Danhausen. Liv wants Danhausen to curse Oba Femi for Dominik Mysterio. Well, Danhausen's in high demand, he says. So Liv is wearing the Danhausen shirt. He says, I hope you paid for that. She's trying to convince Danhausen to curse Oba Femi. Danhausen says, well, that will cost human monies. A spot in Liv Morgan's music video. A spot on the album where Danhausen's going to have songs written about Danhausen. More human monies. At one point, I think he pretended to be like into what she was doing. He yelled out, "Wow!" And he kneels down, and he grabs his jar of teeth. And instead of being wowed by Liv Morgan like any man would, he's like, "Wow, my jar of teeth. I was looking for these." Liv Morgan says, "You know what? Fuck this shit." She got up and left. And Danhausen's going right back to doing whatever science experiment he's doing, typing away on his computer very feverishly. I mean, Liv Morgan takes off her jacket in front of you wearing a tight t-shirt. I mean, I think your reaction is going to be, "Wow." Maybe not like that, but maybe internally you're thinking, "Whoa." And Danhausen's like, "Oh, my jar of teeth." I don't even think Danhausen's curse could work on Oba Femi. Then they showed a video package highlighting the impact that Danhausen had on the New York Knicks. It's going to be a big thing. WWE's going to ride this shit out until it's so fucking uncool. They're going to keep riding it out, man. They want to be solely focused on for this Knicks parade. They got Danhausen doing anything and everything to make sure that WWE is represented. Smart. You can't fault him for it. It's smart. We got a Seth Rollins promo. He was not in the building, but he had a very good pre-tape vignette talking about Bron Breakker. Bron, I brought you into my vision. I tried to give you the world, and in turn, you took my world from me. Well, I mean, they're still running with that narrative. Seth took Seth's world from him. It was on the coast to coast, off the top rope to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel last year. The spear was to basically write him off television, but at that point, he was already injured. But WWE thinks that we're stupid. They want you to forget. So he's blaming Bron for taking 6 months of his career, and he can't get those back. He's blaming Bron for him losing the World's Heavyweight Championship. The moment has arrived for me to right my wrongs. This time, no Heyman, no Vision, no hiding from who we're meant to be. Night of Champions, Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, Steel Cage. So Night of Champions is 10 days away. Just about, right? 12 days? We got Bron Breakker and Seth Rollins Steel Cage match. We got the King of the Ring final, which more than likely will end up being Oba versus Jey Uso. Io versus Charlotte, hopefully, for the Queen of the Ring final. I'm assuming we're going to get a fuck finish with Cody and Gunther on Friday. I think we're going to end up getting Cody, Gunther, and Sammy in a triple threat match. What that other match will be, I don't know. You would think that Night of Champions would have up and down the card championships being defended. We got nothing for the tag team titles. We got nothing for the Intercontinental title. We got nothing for the United States title. We may get Trick versus Carmelo Hayes. I would say that's a good one. I'd love for them to add 6 matches to this show on top of the stereotypical 5, but I mean, I'm probably wishing upon a fucking meteor to cross New York City tonight. It's never going to happen. So Bron and Seth, Steel Cage, official. That's added to the show in 2 weeks. Adam Pearce. He tells Lyra Valkyria that he's going to have a conversation with Nick Aldis about her and Bayley possibly getting a women's tag team title opportunity. Lyra gives Pearce a chest bump on her way out of the office and some silly handshake. She's excited to go tell Bayley. LA Knight walks in. LA Knight calls the Baltimore traffic a doozy, so he was running a little late. Pearce knows that LA Knight is pissed off about what happened on SmackDown. Knight predicted this entire sequence taking place, just like he said to Adam Pearce. If there was a title for being a damn good psychic, he would be a champion 10 times over by now. LA Knight mentions that Solo Sikoa is back in the fold with the Bloodline. Pierce says that the referee's decision is final and Solo is not back in the Bloodline. LA Knight continues to assume that Adam Pearce is having private meetings with Roman in the Bloodline. How do you know that? Is that on your weekly itinerary things to do and talk about with Roman? LA Knight says that this problem has no solution because you're not going to do anything about it. So the solution is I'm going to do things my way. Jackie Rudman. She's backstage with Chad Gable. What does this next chapter represent for Chad Gable now that he's got no mask and no El Grande Americano? After losing mask versus mask and gaining the respect for the mask, it made Gable realize that he was wrong about a lot of things for the last couple of years. He still has to make amends with people, and he's going to do exactly that after his match with Rusev. As Gable was heading to the ring, he saw Maxine Dupree in the corner talking to Austin Theory. She gave him a look that wasn't really all that pleasant. Chad Gable seemed a little down because he wanted to actually apologize, but we didn't get him apologizing to Maxine. He may do them all three at the same time. Maxine, Otis, and Tozawa. Those are the people that he's talking about. He treated them like shit. Maybe Ivy Nile as well. Chad Gable versus Rusev. Rusev is out there with Ethan Page. All of this has to do with the IC title. All of this has to do with the IC title. Ethan Page wants Penta. Rusev wants Penta. Gable hasn't really made his desires known about the IC title, but, I mean, if WWE doesn't book Gable versus Penta in a one-on-one match at SummerSlam, I think somebody needs some fucking walking papers. Slam dunk creative. This match went 10 minutes. Pick it up after the commercial break because all these matches need at least one commercial break, which leaves you with 7 minutes of match. So Page distracted Gable before the commercial. Rusev sent him back down with a charge. Rusev then tossed Gable over his head into the announcer's desk. WWE loves throwing people over their commentator desk. Gable dumped Rusev with a pair of German suplexes. Gable then sent Rusev to the apron. Rusev climbed up to the top rope. Gable caught him up there, superplexed him down in a great spot. Gable gets an ankle lock applied. Rusev escapes. Rusev then went for the accolade. Gable escapes. Gable locks in another ankle lock, but Ethan Page got in the ring. As soon as Ethan Page got in the ring, Gable clotheslines him over the top rope. And then he walked right into a Machka kick after turning around into Rusev. Rusev goes for cover. Gable kicked out at 2. Rusev then locked on the accolade in the center of the ring with nowhere to go for Chad Gable. He starts to power out of it. Rusev went for another kick. Gable dumped him with an angle slam. Gable then locked in another ankle lock. And the Bulgarian brute, Rusev, taps to Chad Gable. I know it's a little bizarre to see Rusev or a guy the size of Rusev tap, but Chad Gable is an unearthly human being. I have no problem with Rusev tapping to Chad Gable at all. He taps to Chad Gable. Page and Rusev attack Gable after the match. Mysterio and Dragon Lee ran in to make the save. Crowd is chanting, "You tapped out, you tapped out." Rusev's throwing a fit on the outside in the aisleway. Gable comes to his feet. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee help him up. Gable got a nice reaction. Can I mention that Chad Gable's music is fucking awful? But JD, didn't they give him his American Alpha theme last week? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And WWE realized that we realized what it was and realized that we liked it. So WWE went and changed it. Because in the week that we had, WWE decided that WWE needed new theme music for Chad Gable. Bro. I don't know what the theme is. I don't know what the lyrics are for the music. Chad Gable is an American Olympian. I'm not sure what his music signifies in terms of Chad Gable being an Olympic pro wrestler. It sounds like Def Rebel AI-driven slop. It doesn't sound like a real human being singing. It has nothing to do, beat-wise, music-wise, musical composition-wise, with Chad Gable. Couldn't we just have Def Rebel'd the old theme of Chad Gable's? Couldn't we have just taken the American Alpha theme and just kind of Def Rebel that, like we did with Malachi or Aleister Black? Huh? Why change it? It's like everybody's walking out to custom songs in WWE 2K. The Usos are backstage with Roman Reigns. This Roman Reigns assistant is taking notes. He's got a notepad, and he's listening to Roman Reigns and jotting down everything that Roman Reigns is saying. What is this guy's name? This guy has to have a name. He's going to be a part of the show every fucking week. This guy, this geek. So Roman's telling his assistant to make sure that all the food and the bags are loaded up on the private jet. Usos come on in. Big Jim thought that they had a run to play, He thought Roman was going to advise Jacob that when he's out of town, he has to listen to Big Jim and the YEET Man. Roman says he called an audible. Things change. Imagine feeling like Jacob, being an outsider in their family. It's not like that anymore. They can't have infighting. Everybody on the outside hates them. They keep running their mouths. Who handled LA Knight? As a matter of fact, maybe I should send the werewolf after him. Jey Uso says he wants a piece of LA Knight. Big Jim says, nah, I'm going to go talk to him. Roman gives Big Jim a fist bump. And Big Jim says he's going to go handle LA Knight. Lard is his name, apparently. So he's named after a fatty substance. Is that what his name is? Lard? I can't imagine. That's his name. That's what you're telling me. Lard is his name. Lard is the soft, white, semi-solid fat attained by melting down and clarifying the fatty tissue of a pig. It is composed entirely of pork fat and is commonly used in cooking, baking, and deep frying. Let's use it in a sentence. The recipe said to lard the lean roast before putting it in the oven. That's when it's used as a verb. As a noun, traditional bakers swear by lard to get the flakiest pie crusts. The chef melted a spoonful of lard in the cast iron skillet. Leaf lard is perfect for baking because it has neutral flavor. This is how it's used as a verb in figurative speech and writing. The author tended to lard her novels with unnecessary historical details. He likes to lard his speeches with complicated academic terms. He's basically the physical representation of the IWC glazing Roman sack. That's the best way to put it. It's the best way to describe it, for sure, yes. Lard is his name, apparently. We see a bunch of nobodies in the crowd. Jalil White and Nasheed Smith from Nick Khan's Zuffa Boxing sitting in the front row. Oh, joy, oh, joy. Color me shocked. I don't give a fuck. Wasted television minutes on these fucking people. Bron Breakker promo. Seth Rollins had a promo. Bron Breakker has a promo. Seth Rollins, you made an entire career off of undermining and backstabbing everyone to get where you are, and now you want to play the victim in this story? But the truth is, I destroyed your vision because you use deception to prey on to other people around for you the glory of one man instead of many. You're not a visionary. You're a sheep in wolf's clothing. And at Night of Champions, you will be locked inside a steel cage with the most vicious, ferocious, and unbreakable superstar in all of WWE. And that's the thing, Seth, about being locked in a cage with a dog. It's that at the end, the dog always makes it out. I don't think this dog makes it out of the kennel. I think Seth Rollins wins, and Seth Rollins, I don't know what Seth Rollins does at SummerSlam. You would think that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is the play for SummerSlam. Bro, we legitimately, I mean, this next 12 days, bro, we're going to be living in fear. We legitimately have, I would say, a 60% chance of Oba Femi losing and Jey Uso winning the King of the Ring and getting Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Maybe Oba gets taken out next week and we have to find a new final. Maybe that's the way. Maybe Oba gets taken out in London and he can't make the final. Maybe Brock shows up next week, takes him out. Adam Pearce gives 1 week to Jey Uso and he finds a replacement that will show up at Night of Champions and it will be CM Punk. And then CM Punk wins the King of the Ring, which would be fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck. I mean, at least we get Cody and Punk. But just in the tournament aspect, I mean, Punk had to win one match to win King of the Ring. Is that what we're running with? Maybe it's something that simple. Maybe Oba doesn't even make the tournament. He don't make the final. LA Knight. He's out there. Let me talk to you. For anybody that might have missed Friday Night SmackDown, this is about how I ended my night. Yeah. He's laying on the mat looking at the lights. I know I was right about one thing, and I'll get to that in a minute because I laid in that ring in Providence on Friday, and I thought, my God, I can lay here all damn weekend. But then I remembered I got to get to Baltimore. So I got a phone call. A friend of mine was like, hey, man, why don't you just come home for a couple of days, unwind, take it easy? I said, you don't understand. I got to get to Baltimore. So I get another phone call as I'm driving down here. I'm making my way down to Baltimore. And another person calls me and says, hey, man, just think about this for a second. The King of the Ring is out of reach right now. It's all over for you. You can't do King of the Ring anymore. Why don't you just take Monday off, take the whole week off, don't go to Raw? I said, you don't understand. I got to get to Baltimore. I now stand in Baltimore, and I am home. I didn't return home a king. I didn't return home a champion. But with or without the crown, with or without the championship, it's still my game. And y'all know the name with everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah. And what that means is LA Knight is always fighting the odds. I don't stop. I don't give up. I don't know how to. And usually what that means is I'm fighting the numbers, whether it's the Bloodline, the MFTs, the Vision, the Bloodline 2.0. We're all back at it because you know why? I didn't have a famous dad. I didn't have any kind of tribal chief to help me out and push me along here. Matter of fact, I'm looking at Roman Reigns right now just manipulating Jacob Fatu. Next thing you know, he's going to have his own meme coin, Roman OTC meme coin, where he can scam each and every one of you. and people would buy it. Legitimately. Because you're all sheep. Because now you're standing here looking at the Bloodline. It's tough for me to be angry at what happened on Friday night because it happened exactly how I said it would. And I'm not out here to complain, cry, or whine. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. I told you every single member of the Bloodline would be down here, and they were +1. Oh my God, we're reaching to the past. Here comes Solo Sikoa. He drops the spike on me. The dominoes fall. I'm out of the tournament, and Jey Uso moves on to King of the Ring. So Jimmy Uso comes on out. He's out here to talk to LA Knight. Man, I'm just out here to talk to you. Listen, I know you got legit beef with our family, especially after all the stuff that went down a few years ago, but that was a few years ago, Us. You got to believe me when I'm telling you it's different now. It's way different. All this crap with Solo. Solo don't run with us. Solo do what Solo want to do. You know this. I don't know anything, says LA Knight. The only thing I know is that Solo is the one who came out here and made sure that your brother went on to the King of the Ring final or semifinal. So it seems pretty apparent that he's in the fold. So what you're telling me is that if I go find Solo and drop him on his damn head and smack him back into factory settings, you're telling me that you guys ain't going to come looking for me. Jimmy Uso says, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Us. Spot on. Check this out. If you ever get your one-on-one, you got Big Jim's word, man. May the best man win. Jey Uso comes on out. He's not yeeting, but everybody in Baltimore is yeeting. It's better when he doesn't eat. Jey Uso gets in the ring. Let me talk to you. What my brother is saying to you is right, LA. We told you over and over and over again, LA. Solo is on his own. I need you to accept that, Us. But look at this. I ain't out here for none of that. I ain't even out here for an apology, LA. I'm out here for one thing. Wait. Let me guess. You're out here for, you want me to acknowledge your little tribal chief. Is that why you're out here? Nah. I'm better than you, LA. I put your ass out of the King of the Ring tournament, fair and square, one-on-one in the middle of this ring on Friday. I need your ass to acknowledge me. Fair and square on your own, huh? I don't remember Solo being out here, but I'll be honest. I didn't see this coming. I don't expect to be acknowledging you. But with everything going on, all the numbers I've got to compete against, if I'm being honest, it's a bit of a compelling offer. Okay, fine. I'll acknowledge that you can kiss my ass. So Jay pie faces LA Knight. Jimmy is trying to play peacemaker here. LA Knight pulls Jimmy down to the mat. He grabs him by his jacket and yanks him down to the mat. So Knight is going at it with Jimmy, or with Jay. Jimmy super kicks LA Knight after getting up, took his jacket off. Jimmy was trying to conduct business with LA Knight. Jay then gets angry, grabs a steel chair. Jimmy's tried to control Jay. Jay shoves Jimmy out of the way. Knight kicks Jay in the gut. Knight delivers multiple chair shots to Jimmy and Jay. Jacob Fatu runs down, and he put LA Knight in the Tongan death grip and finally takes care of LA Knight. I thought this was a very good segment. The last 2 weeks, the best segment of the night has been LA Knight and the Usos. The reason why I like LA Knight and the Usos is because you can physically see, and you could physically feel, and you could physically taste the disdain that LA Knight has in the position that he's currently in right now in WWE. You may think he has a direction. LA Knight doesn't have a direction. LA Knight's being used in the only thing right now that WWE can come up with, and that is retreading his feud with the Bloodline. He's never going to be a world champion. He's never going to wrestle Roman Reigns and get an opportunity to beat Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. No matter how many times they tell that story, it's never going to happen. So what exactly are we looking at? If Jey Uso doesn't win the King of the Ring, we're probably looking at Jey Uso versus LA Knight going into SummerSlam or Saturday night's main event, one or the other. What are we looking at? LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu again? I wasn't all that thrilled when they feuded over the United States title. Now we're getting it again. Is there anything that this company does that is new, that is different, that is fresh? Bro, this is not going to end up good for LA Knight. You got to feature Jacob Fatu at SummerSlam. He's one of the biggest guys on the roster. You're not going to keep him in the bloodline and then not have him wrestle in Minneapolis over 2 nights. So we may be looking at an LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu match. Or worse, a Jacob Fatu Solo Sikoa match. Bro, LA Knight went from being the most over talent in the entire company, not named Cody Rhodes, to winning the United States title, feuding with the Vision in the Vision Vortex for 12 months, and now back in the Bloodline Vortex after feuding with them for 3 months. This was a couple of years ago when they tried to capitalize on his momentum. LA Knight actually wrestled Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia. How many people remember that? And it was a good match. They don't know what to do with LA Knight. But these segments are great because LA Knight is frustrated. I'm making a bold prediction right now. When LA Knight's contract is up, he's gone. He's gone. The company hasn't invested in LA Knight in the way that LA Knight feels the company should have invested in him. And LA Knight knows that the company's never going to invest in him then, now, and forever. So I think LA Knight will eventually be Eli Drake. And I think we're going to get Eli Drake, elsewhere. It might be better off for him to take what he's now accumulated here over the last 5 years and run with it. And like he said earlier, do things on his own. Coming out of the commercial, Usos start bickering with each other. Jacob Fatu comes in and says that the Usos' game plan was ass. So we got the job done the OTC way. Jimmy says that Jey is tripping after Jacob walks away. We see an NXT Origins video package on Alexa Bliss and saw how Alexa Bliss got started in NXT to where we see her now on the main roster. For what reason, I don't know. These vignettes and these segments were cool going into Stand and Deliver. Now they do them for what reason, I don't know. I don't know. Bro, Eli Drake is going to AEW to do what exactly? On what network? On what network? Paramount and the Warner deal has already been finalized. Now it's just got to get approval. Fox just bought Roku. The walls are closing even faster than Tony Khan realizes. Where exactly are they going to be? LA Knight's going to do what and where? On YouTube? LA Knight would be better off doing things on his own. Traveling the world, working the indies, doing the Karrion Kross thing, doing the Matt Cardona thing. Charlotte Flair with Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. She's there with Liv Morgan. Not much of a match. Honestly, I ended up wanting to really fall asleep to this. This was fucking boring. Never in my wildest imaginations would I think a Charlotte Flair and Roxanne Perez match would be fucking boring. This match went 10 minutes. Everything went 10 minutes. Everything went 10 minutes tonight. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, which means 3 minutes of commercials, 7 minutes of actual match. 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. Yet I got people complaining to me on social media. JD, what are you complaining about? Motherfucker, we got 21 minutes of actual pro wrestling in a 2-hour program. Commercial break. We'll pick it up after the commercial because that's all that really matters. Charlotte took over, landed a sit-out slam for a near fall. Liv Morgan shoved Alexa Bliss into the ring post. Charlotte landed a fall-away slam, kipped up. Her right hand was being worked on by Roxanne earlier in the match, so she kept favoring her right hand. Charlotte slapped Roxanne with her left hand. It's not as effective, you see, because Charlotte's a righty. Charlotte landed a handspring clothesline, big boot to the face, goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Charlotte climbed the ropes. Bliss distracted. So Perez yanked Charlotte off balance and then landed a double springboard moonsault for a near fall. Referee had his back turned. Liv Morgan reversed the small package to give Roxanne Perez the advance. At this point, no, was that Liv? I'm sorry. Liv got in there and tried to interfere. Alexa came in and reversed a Roxanne small package to Charlotte's favor, which they botched. They botched the small package reversal. Perez went for Pop Rocks after this. Charlotte blocked Pop Rocks, applied a figure 8, and Roxanne Perez tapped out for the win. The best thing about this match was Roxanne Perez ring attire. That's all that needs to be said. They only did this match because they think this is story. Oh, look, we're doing Charlotte and Roxanne because Charlotte's going to wrestle Liv, who's also the leader of the Judgment Day, so we'll just do a match with Roxanne, softening up Charlotte for Liv Morgan. Kindergarten-like creative. We'll pick it up after the commercial. Javon Evans. He got some promo time here. Jackie Redmond's in the ring. First of all, congratulations on a super successful King of the Ring tournament so far. Yeah, up until Friday when he loses to Jey Uso. But I think it's safe to say that the biggest match of your career is yet to come. How are you preparing for Jey Uso? Let's get the camera up. Is the camera rolling over here? He says, hey, Jey Uso, I know you're watching, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I know that you got all the experience, but this Friday, I'm about to put your belt on. I'm about to put belt to ass, and I'm about to yeet your ass out of the competition. I think he means tournament. So when you see the young OG next week on your TV winning the King of the Ring tournament, there's going to be one thing you can say with me. Everybody's going to say it. That boy is bouncy. Logan Paul comes on out. Yo, Baltimore. What's good? Why all the negativity? I don't understand. We come here with life-changing news. I'm not here for y'all. I'm here for Javon Evans. Javon, listen to me, bro. I've been watching you, sir. You are a generational talent. I've said it from day one. But here's the thing about you. You have untapped potential. You see, this cool kid, this good guy persona, I see right through it. I know who you are. You're ruthless. You're a killer. But you can't be that on your own. Look at you. There's nobody beside you. I want you to let it out. And with the right people, you can. And we, Javon Evans, we are the right people. He totally sounds like a door-to-door salesman. Don't listen to the crowd, Javon. Listen to me. We are here to formally invite you to join the Vision. Now, why would he want to do that? The Vision is dead. Javon Evans simply says, hell nah. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe my arm got me tripping or something, says Logan Paul. Maybe I misspoke. This was not an invitation, Javon. That was a mandate. Javon Evans, you are in the Vision. Javon Evans then says, I would like to say politely to back up before you leave Baltimore with no arms. So get out of the ring while I'm talking. Austin Theory then leans in. Javon, you got this confused, man. We're not asking you for anything. We're telling you. So you either join the Vision or you get dropped. So Javon Evans backs up. He takes his pants off. He's got his ring gear underneath his pants. He's in his ring gear. He says, all right, I see what's going on here. Can we get a referee out here? Can we get a match? So we get Javon Evans and Austin Theory. One-on-one. This match went 10 minutes. 10 minutes with a commercial break. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. 7 minutes. Before the commercial, Evans is punching away at Austin Theory. Evans tried for a springboard, but Theory hit him with a forearm, sent him down to the mat. We go into the commercial. We come back from the commercial. Evans hit Theory with the forearm in the corner. Evans sent Theory into the turnbuckle and hit him with a big kick to the back. Evans hits a big springboard crossbody, goes for a cover, he gets a 2 count. Evans tried for another springboard, but Theory ended up tripping him up on this attempt. Theory hit this flipping flatliner, which looked great, which I think he calls ataxia. I don't know what that means or what it's for, but it looked great. Theory tried for a powerbomb. Evans countered with a Hurricane Rana, sent him to the floor. Theory pulled Evans out to the outside, but Evans put him down. Logan tries to distract Javon Evans, and Theory leveled Evans from behind. Evans came back and sent Theory into the timekeeper's area. Evans then ran around the ring and jumped over the barricade onto Austin Theory with the big crossbody block, clearing the barricade and both landing in the timekeeper's pit. We go back in the ring. Evans went for a springboard OG cutter, and out of nowhere, Bron Breakker appeared and absolutely sawed Javon Evans in half with a spear off the top rope. So he basically OG cuttered himself into a spear. That's what he did. Javon Evans won by disqualification. And you guessed it, chat, 10 minutes. This was going to be a 3-on-1 on Javon Evans. Apparently now they're feuding with Javon Evans for whatever reason. The Street Profits ran in, both Montez and a returning Angelo Dawkins, and they tried to make the save and back up Javon Evans. So we got the Profits storming to the ring. Dawkins dropped Theory with the silencer, and the Profits clothesline Breakker over the top rope. This is all to set up next week's tag team title match in the O2 Arena in London, England. It is the Vision, Bron Breakker and Austin Theory defending the tag team titles against the Street Profits. Also on that show, the women's tag team titles will be on the line. Paige and Brie Bella will be defending against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. They put Paige in this tag team title match on Monday because she is from there. Hometown pop. Backstage, Roman Reigns runs into Jacob Fatu. Jacob tells Roman that he beat LA Knight's ass and the Usos are not happy about it. Roman says that the twins don't understand Jacob, but I do. For as long as Jacob understands his tribal chief, there's no stopping the bloodline. Roman then needs one more thing. We don't know what was whispered, but Roman leaned in and whispered something into Jacob Fatu's left ear. And that's all it was. Roman Reigns walked away. He nodded to Jacob Fatu. I don't know what that means. If that's for Jacob to help Jey advance over Javon, or maybe he's just putting it out there that if Jey wins, we're going to need you to take out Oba. I don't know. I don't know. That one will be talked about. The little whisper from Roman to Jacob Fatu. Main event. Oba Femi, Dominik Mysterio, semifinal match. The winner of this goes on to Night of Champions and competes in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Dominik Mysterio makes his way out. Oba Femi gets a huge reaction. Bell rings. Dominik Mysterio is playing mind games with Oba. He keeps jumping out of the ring and taking some powders on the outside. Mysterio at one point hides behind the referee. Femi starts to get frustrated. Femi then puts his arm up in the air and wants one of those test of strength spots. Mysterio shoves Femi. Femi then runs after Mysterio. Mysterio drop kicks Femi off the ring as he tried to get back into the ring. Very heel tactic. Femi catches Mysterio midair off a crossbody. Femi punches Mysterio in the midsection. He then launches Mysterio over the top rope. JD McDonough is trying to sneak up behind Oba Femi, and Oba Femi catches him. JD McDonough runs away, jumps into the crowd. Mysterio at this point, away from everybody's vantage point, takes the timekeeper's bell hammer and he puts it in his boot, just like the good old days. Femi, he continues to punch at Dominik. He rolls Dominik back in the ring. He takes out McDonough with a big forearm smash. Mysterio delivers a low blow. Nobody sees this. Mysterio then delivers a 619 after Oba fell into position for a 619. Mysterio hits the frog splash. Mind you, he had the bell hammer in his boot. He goes for the frog splash. Oba kicks out of one. Mysterio then tries to hit Oba with the bell hammer legitimately. Femi grabs him by the throat. In comes JD McDonough. He also gets grabbed by the throat. Double choke slam for both of their troubles. Femi then does a series of running uppercuts back and forth on McDonough and Dominik, running the uppercut train. Femi delivers his, I don't know what he calls it. Are we just tossing people like pizzas now? It's like Oba Femi's an Italian pizzeria. It's a Oba Femi. It's a me, Oba. He connects by throwing this poor schmuck, this discus throw, and then fall from grace, and that was it. That was it. Fall from grace, it's all over. Oba grabs the microphone. One match away, and then the ruler will have his crown. We finish it. We tie up all the loose ends. We beat who we need to beat. Jey Uso, Javon Evans, whoever it is, even Brock Lesnar. I'm surprised you didn't show your face tonight, he says. I thought this would be the night you would come. It's so funny how I went from looking up to you as a man to questioning if you're even a man at all. So what's your legacy going to be? Are you the man that stays ducking forever? Because I know what I am. I know what I will be remembered for. I am the ruler, the destroyer, the bringer of war. The mountain that you cannot climb. The mountain that you cannot conquer. The beast slayer. The future king of the ring. That's who I am. This is how I will be remembered. What will you be remembered for? When it's all said and done, I will be king, and you'll just be the man who ran from Oba Femi. That's the way Monday Night Raw went off the air. That's the way Monday Night Raw closed. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. It's Oba or bust, in my opinion. All I will say is WWE is going to give you Jey and Oba. Because if Javon wins against Jey, that is way too easy. Oba's going to have to go to SummerSlam. Because Javon Evans is not challenging Cody Rhodes, and he's not challenging Roman Reigns. It's going to be Jey Uso. Jey and Oba is your final for the King of the Ring. Triple H wants it this way. Triple H can't help himself. He thinks that this is going to be the most unpredictable, but this is going to be us micromanaging every little thing Triple H does from here on out for this match. It's either Oba wins and wins the World Heavyweight Championship and we celebrate with the real future of the company as the new World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam, or we're getting Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. I don't know why they're continuing to build an Oba Brock 3. When is that taking place? It doesn't make sense for it to happen outside of SummerSlam. It doesn't. It's either one or the other. You do Oba and Brock at SummerSlam, or you don't do Oba and Brock, period. You do Oba and Roman. This is going to be a very, very, very interesting situation. And I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that Oba wins the King of the Ring. Either Brock takes him out in Saudi. For what reason, I don't know, because I mentioned before, if I'm Brock Lesnar, I'm having Oba win the King of the Ring, and I'm having Oba win the world title. And then I'm going to come and attack, and I'm going to get Oba a third match and a title shot on top of that. I don't really know what WWE's got planned. For all we know, Oba could get taken out next week. He doesn't make the finals. We need to come up with a replacement against Jey Uso, and that will be CM Punk. They did say he's going to be factored into SummerSlam plans. What is he going to do at SummerSlam? SmackDown's the play for CM Punk. Does Oba get taken out? Does CM Punk fill in? Does CM Punk win the tournament? Does CM Punk challenge Cody Rhodes? Are those his SummerSlam plans on SmackDown? I don't know. That's your Monday Night Raw post show. If you guys enjoyed tonight, please. A couple of ways you can show your support. Super chats, they are open. They will remain open. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. You guys can check out tonight's sponsor, Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. You know, he walks into the building. He says about 12 words. He looks annoyed. And somehow the entire wrestling world immediately revolves around him all over again. You know why? Confidence. Who am I talking about? Roman Reigns. Roman walks around like he already knows he's the tribal chief, the head of the table, and most importantly, the important figure in the entire sport of professional wrestling. Meanwhile, the rest of us spend 20 minutes deciding what to order on DoorDash. And honestly, confidence matters. Not just in wrestling, not just in life, everywhere. That's why today's sponsor is Blue Chew. Because when the vibe is right, confidence is a big part of the equation. Blue Chew Gold is better sex in a tablet. It combines 4 ingredients into one powerful solution. 2 ingredients help you physically, and 2 support arousal and desire in the brain. And honestly, that's what makes it different. Because being physically ready and mentally ready are 2 completely different things. Nobody wants to be cutting a great promo on their head while their body is working a completely different match. Blue Chew Gold is designed to help you get everything on the same page. Bricked in the brain, bricked in the body, or as Roman Reigns would probably say, acknowledge me. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for all of our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd free with promo code JD. That's promo code JD. You're going to also receive an additional 10% off plus free overnight shipping on your first order. So make sure you use that promo code JD. Buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold. Get the 3rd free. You're going to receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We here on Off the Script love Blue Chew. And want to thank them for sponsoring the podcast tonight, right here, for the Monday Night Raw post on OTS. Let's get into these Super Chats. And then I'm going to hop on Destiny and grind some Black Armory weapons. I still need a ringing nail with rewind rounds and incandescent. I don't have one with both. I have literally everything else except for that. Michael Krause with a $2 Super Chat. JD OTS, all gas, no brakes with it. Let me say this right. JD OTS, all gas, no brakes with it. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Triple M. I don't know. Maybe Wednesday, bro. Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon. You're gonna have to teach me, man. I'm easy to learn. You're gonna have to teach me some of these. I haven't done some of them. Caden with a 199. Happy Monday Night Rocks. OTS for life. Thank you, Caden. Main event Crowley with a 43 months. Who thought this was good idea to put Jey in the King of the Ring? I do not want to see Jey even sniffing the WWE title because that's boring. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Drew filming another movie and not coming back yet. Good for him. Good for him. That's what he wants. Michelle with a $2 super chat. If we get Cody Jey, I hope you go nuclear. I love OTS. If Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring tournament, I may have no voice left. Baltimore Jackson with a $4.99. There is something about Fatu backing the bloodline that don't sit well with me. I prefer him on his own. I just don't see where it's beneficial. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Seth Braun, Night of Champions, should be good. Maybe we see Reed. Maybe. Bronson Reed lost a lot of weight. He looks fucking great. $2 super chat. Also, can Monday Night Football come any faster? Bloodline stinking up Raw. Ron Davis with 56 months. I'm on my way home from Monday Night Raw. The show was okay. Waited for Oba Femi versus Dominik Mysterio, but it was predictable. Yeah, you guys got a lot of promo and not enough wrestling, Ron. I don't know what happened there. Everything went 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. 7 minutes for us because we had to watch fucking 3 minutes of commercials. Well, everyone in the building enjoyed themselves. I don't give a fuck what people in the building want. Let me throw the one in the air like a zombie because WWE wants me to. Nick Williams with a $2 super chat. JD, can you do the Oba strut? No. Joseph King with a 52 months. I know you aren't a fan of any of these bands, but if you had to choose, which one would you pick? Evanescence, Linkin Park, or Nirvana? Jesus Christ. Can I slice my ears off as option D? I'd have to go Evanescence. Baltimore Jackson with a $1.99. New York is fire. Champions all the way. Great times are here. WrestleMass. Maybe Sammy takes the title of Cody at Night of Champions in Saudi and Oba wins King of the Ring. Oba should beat Sammy at Saturday night's main event. MSG for the title, then face Brock at SummerSlam in a career versus title match. You know, WrestleMass, that's not a bad idea. It's just too logical. It's too risky for WWE to do such a thing. They have already announced that the champion will meet the winner of the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring at SummerSlam. So your option is now null and void. Illuminati with $5 super chat. Put the title on Oba before Brock versus Oba 3. Title versus career opportunity. I get what you're saying, but we've already had massive announcements every week. The winner of the King of the Ring is getting a championship match at SummerSlam. This is what WWE has done. $1.99 by Sudoku. Have you ever seen the Eric Andre show? Question mark. A promo. No. And I will not. Bro, Nirvana is one of the worst bands of all time. Give me a break. One-hit wonder band. Don't get me started, man. Out of all the bands on that list, I'd take Linkin Park over Nirvana. Give me a break. JM with a $5 super chat. What's most likely happening? LA Knight screws over Jey and helps Javon win, or Jacob Fatu accidentally helps Javon win against Jey? Javon Evans is not beating Jey Uso. Major Motions with the $4.99. During that opening promo, did you notice Roman didn't mention The Rock when he was naming all the great Samoans? Was that by design? I wasn't thinking, Dwayne, because I don't really know why anybody would. But, sure. Lenin Jimenez. $20 in Mexican pesos. Roman Reigns. Ryan Matthew Russo with the $4.99. Eat, yeet, sleep, repeat. Triple H to Steph in bed. Guarantee you Triple H fucking yeets on his way to the fucking bathroom and brush his teeth. Major Motions with a $1.99. Chad Gable is the best story on the show. I like it. It's up to WWE to pay it off. I doubt they will in the right way. JD Bottom with a $1.99. JD, let's share a pina colada, Poppy. Sure. Who's buying? Extra rum in mine, please. Extra rum. Cody Snyder with a $2 super chat. It's officially the 16th, my birthday. I'm 36. Cody, happy birthday, brother. Cody is a Mustang VIP here in the venue. Happy birthday, brother. Enjoy your day, man. My guy Triple M with 34 months. Brock challenged Oba on night one. If he wins, he gets Oba's title match. If Oba beats Brock, Oba versus Roman night two, Oba wins, becomes the ultimate beast. I don't know. Bad idea. Listen. Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe that's what they're going for. Listen, if they are going all in on Oba Femi like that, maybe. I have no problem with that. I just don't think they're doing that. I just don't think they're doing that. Don Stoney with a $5 super chat. Shout out to Don Tony Wrestling Soup, Spitball Media, and as always, rest in peace, Kevin Castle. Stoney, thank you for being here, brother. And my guy David Rice with a $10 super chat. This show was not very good. Jesse ended his stream early and started showing me the ropes on Destiny 2. Brother, that sounds like a hell of a lot more fun than watching Monday Night Raw. Seriously. Thank you guys for a great stream, man. I thought we got a lot of great discussion tonight. Hopefully you were entertained. If you guys did enjoy tonight's stream, please show your support, show your appreciation, hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, leaving a comment down below. All helps us out in the end. Thank you guys very much for all that. Tomorrow, right back at it with a busy Tuesday, man. 11:30 Eastern. Jonathan Coachman and myself sit down tomorrow morning. BTT Studios, Behind the Turnbuckle, the 2 Count. We're going to talk about a whole slew of topics. I got a bunch of topics on my phone right now. I got to text them. We're going to get that done. And then Tuesday Night Titans, episode 151, with me and the Solemn Monster. Oh, my goodness. Might be a light show news-wise, but the humor, the good times, the good drinks, the discussion is always great, man. So that's the day lined up. Wednesday, I'll be live with Jesse for Dynamite. And then Thursday, I'm flying out to Chicago. I'm staying in Wicker Park. I might have to visit my favorite place, man, Mindy's. Maybe we'll go to Mindy's, man. How about a Mindy's muffin, huh? Hear this rumor about Jack Perry maybe getting Them Bones by Alice in Chains for his theme music. You You mean to tell me Jack Perry might actually sound cool? Anyway, guys, thank you. Good stuff tonight. Busy day tomorrow. Hopefully you guys join me. We got more right here on the channel. Again, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and go check out all the great content. Once again, BlueChew.com, code JD, BlueChew Gold. Go out and support. Until tomorrow, guys, I'll see you right back here with more on OTS. I'll see you guys later.